Okay, here's a quick run through. This is Max, and it's a highly modified 95 Discovery 1 Land Rover. Starting at the front here, we've got a steel cable winch, a worn XT9000 steel cable winch. Got a UHF aerial, IPF spotties. They're quite good. They got some nice covers on them. Here's the winch controller spot. You put the controller in there. This is a standard ARB winch bar, but it's solid as a rock. It's just completely solid. So now then underneath here you've got your forward batch plate. I think it's 4mm steel, solid, and the front diff with its diff guard armour. I don't know the brand actually. It says there, it says what they are. I don't know what it is, but heading straight round here we got a what looks like a fairly standard snorkel safari. Round the back we've got the extended steel rear bar, and there's only really one reason on the Discos to have the extended steel rear bar, and that's for the extended long range fuel tank, which is armoured too. I can see from here it's also got rear diff protection, and it looks like it's a Graham Cooper custom rear protection. Apparently his son originally owned this car, but this is nice. And of course that rear diff has got a maxi drive diff locker in it. Just chilling around here again, and here we've got I've just repainted them. We've got some really solid steel tube rock sliders with a sill on top. The bonnet's quite nice too, because it's like a matte black feel. Here's some places that Mac's been. It's been everywhere. Alice Springs, Marla, South Australia, northern end of the Unadilla track, Burketown, Barra Capital, Hells Gate Roadhouse, Gulf Country, Queensland, Uluru, Cooper Pedy, Rainbow Beach. Max has been everywhere. Let me just say, I haven't been to those places. I've been to some of those places, but they're not my places. Barrier Creek, Mataranka Hotel, Northern Territory. I love NT. Golgera Pub, first and last pub in the Territory. Max has been a lot of places. The wheels, okay. I like KO2s, BF Goodrich KO2s. I've got some on the original D1. These are Cooper Discovery STs. They're 265, 75 on R16s. And these are some awesome rims. I don't know what they are. Compomotive. Made in UK. You know, it's got some signs on about what they are. I'm not sure what they are. But these are pretty good tyres. I would have liked to have just transferred my own tyres on there, but it's hard to justify when these ones have got a lot of life left on them. Okay. Now, I know a little bit about this engine bay, of course, but I don't know as much as the mechanic who the prior owner and anyone else who worked on it. Well, that sounded like my boxing there just cracked, whatever. The isolator just kicked in. So, this is a 300 TDI. It's got a performance head, whatever that means. As far as I know, it just means it's got more advanced water cooling inserts in it. Gee, that's weird. It's dual battery. It's got a Blue Sea isolator setup, and it's got a PWR intercooler, which is there to service the somewhat funky and weird VNT turbo, which, according to the prior owner, is put in backwards for some reason. So the VNT turbo is a variable nozzle turbo, so depending on the revs and the load, etc., this is my own, you know, somewhat amateur approach to it. According to the revs and the torque needs and so forth, the blades inside the turbo can adjust to maximize the boost in some shape or form. There's a couple of silicon hoses, which of course are always nice to see. This here, I don't understand why that's moving. Look at that. That seems weird as. Whatever, that shouldn't be like that, should it? I don't know about that. You think that should be locked down. Hate that to come out. What happens if that comes out? Fuck do I know. Okay. Seems very major. There are sensors everywhere. And basically it's a 300 TDI, so that I do understand. This is a manual though, so it's got a clutch, which is great, and the difference between the auto and the manual, I think, is a million miles. That's under the bonnet. Just before I go, I'm going to have to sort that. Oh, here's diff breathers. I think there's engine, clutch and diff breathers. There's the two there. There's the other diff breathers are over here. So it's diff breather 2. The snorkel seems very well put in here. No ABS, which is great. The ABS system used to sit there in mine. A couple of independent relays as far as I can see there. I'll tell you what, I don't like that. I don't like that lead being able to come out like that. What the hell? How's that pipe go? That ship, I can understand what's going on there. I've got to get a zip tie or something on that. I don't like it. I do not like that. In fact, I've been hearing this little bit of a throat when I put the turbo on. Throaty burst noise. It could be that. That's not in my playbook. I need to put, I don't like that. I have to make sure I do something about that really soon, like I mean really soon. Okay, that's under the bonnet. It's awesome. Sounds sweet as. These guards, I put them on from the other D1. They're pretty nice. Okay, now. Rolling around the back here, there's this hardcore spare parts department. Came with a front shaft, a half or whatever, I'm not sure, and I think the original turbo or manifolds are up there. Spare parts department, I've got some camping supplies there, a barrier, cargo barrier, there's external lights. This is quite solid, this little setup back there. It's not ideally set up for long range touring for me, but It's a work in progress. All right, so finally inside the cab. All right, inside the cab. Let me just get the seat back a bit. Okay, we start out, got the CD down, UHF down here. UHF radio, I'm not sure of the model. I put this new speaker on it. There's the new speaker, adjustable. Or one I can take it off, it's on a magnetic mount. There's the new speaker. There's the light for the rear maxi drive locker. And there's the switch for it, which is a pretty dodgy switch. I'd like to make that better. Here, down here we've got the headlights, which are wired in with separate relays, I believe, to the high beam. And underneath are the switches for the external lights, which half work, half don't. Here's a pretty good radio, which is fairly dodgily installed. And here we've got a boost and we've got an EGT, which I tell you what, I didn't really know much about and not bothered about it before, but the EGT is really the ideal thing to be driving the truck properly by, so I've been using that all the time as my gauge. Here, down here, I'll turn it on so you can see. Hold on. Down here we got the Madman engine management system, which is monitoring a lot of stuff like oil pressure, EGT, coolant temperature, probably a couple of others. You can set the alarm levels and do a whole bunch of stuff. Here, again, I don't like the position of this, but I've got to try and get an extension switch to put mount the Madman up on the dash somewhere. Of course, it's saying we've got a pressure warning because it's turned on, but we don't have any pressure for the oil, so I'll turn it off. Stop the alarm. Here, this one here, again in a position I don't think is ideal, is is it called an ARB sidewinder? It's a battery management system, or management or monitoring, I'm not sure which, and I'm not sure. I haven't sussed all this out properly, but you can link them. I don't know what it means and don't know what it does, to be honest. I have to wait to find out later on. And here again, I've got this is where you can, this switch here, I can't even see it properly, hold on, there. This switch is to do with locking the two batteries together, I believe, so they both crank or they're isolated. I am not sure, it's beyond my pay scale at the moment. And that's about it. It's a manual. I love the manual. And my handset. It's awesome. And there you go. There's a simple little tour. Cheers.